I am the Dadcrafter, and I'm back today with another episode of the Chest Cavity Challenge. This is live stream number, oh boy, is this number 4 or number 5? I don't even remember now. We're starting to get to those big numbers where it's hard to actually keep track of just how many of these we've done. Testing out a new microphone today, so gonna have to let me know if we're having any trouble with that. Hopefully it's coming through loud and clear for y'all. But if not, you just let me know. The good news is I can actually hear my sound today, so hopefully that'll help me play a little better. Our goal for today's stream is to build a mob grinder. Now, I've built this mob grinder many times. It's one of my favorite builds. I think it really helps you in just about any world to have a good mob grinder, because mob grinders are probably the best way to get quick loot. They get you all sorts of things that are really useful. One of those things is going to be arrows, bones, so you get skeletons galore, which means arrows and bones galore. You get zombies, which means all the things that zombies could drop, which, like in Skyblock, that was huge because it meant things like gosh, why am I spacing on it? It meant things like iron and potatoes and carrots, which we couldn't otherwise get any other way. In this world, there's definitely other ways to get those things, but still sometimes the best way to get them is through zombies. So we're going to go ahead and first things first is we're going to build out over the water here, because for this mob grinder we want to be in an area that there's no other mobs spawning. So we want to be out over open ocean, and then we're going to go 2 stacks up in the air. So first thing is get out over the ocean. Second thing is going to be get 2 stacks up in the air. So we'll go about a stack out. We'll start off by getting ourselves out over the ocean. And then once we're out here a good ways, like this is probably far enough. I don't think we... just looking at like over there, the land. So I think we need to... Ooh, hang on. I'm getting an alert on my streaming software here from YouTube. Hang on one second, everybody. My video resolution is not supported. So let's see. Let me see if I can fix that. Just bear with me here. Just trying to make sure that I've got a resolution that will make for a good stream for you all. I don't know. What I changed that's messed this up. So we're going to go ahead and figure this out. Maybe that fixed it. Not entirely sure what I've done to make it give me this error, but I want to get the error resolved because it's saying that I've got a poor quality coming at you right now. And I don't want to provide you all with poor quality. Yeah, let's see. It doesn't like this. I might need to end and restart. We're going to do that. We're going to be back here in just a minute because we're going to figure out what is going wrong with our stream. So the stream might go dead for a minute here, but I will be back. All right, we're back. Looks like that did the trick, but I'm not sure if now if I'm getting full screen view or not. Let's see. Ooh, I don't like that. There we go, that's better. Well, all the joys of learning how to stream here is that I've done something to where it looks like I'm no longer filling the screen, but I swear I was before, and I'm not sure what I did that would cause that. So I think we press on, and I may have to figure this one out another time, because I can make this bigger, I think, but then see, like, I move it across the screen there. I don't want to go off the grid. Oh, there we go. Let's see, does that work? It didn't really change anything, I guess. All right, well, we'll continue onward here. The stream is telling me that the quality's at least coming through, right? Which, I suppose at the end of the day, that's the most important thing. All right, well, it wasn't actually coming through. I thought it was. Now it's coming through. So, yeah, I guess nothing wrong with it. Just can't actually tell for sure if it used to be more full screen. Tup Pup, how's it going? How's the audio coming through? I'm using a different microphone today, and I want to make sure that it's coming through clear. So far, you are the first one. Deeper but clearer. Ooh. Well, I hate to say it, it might just be more true. I'm not sure if the other microphone maybe was falsely pitching my voice up, but if anything, I think it sounds higher, usually on the recordings. This is my headset, so it actually lets me hear the sound instead of just playing with the captions. Also, Tup Pup, can you tell me, does the video look any different? Or does it look the same? I can't remember if it used to fill the screen completely or if it's always had the little black bars on the sides. I feel like I changed something with my video that caused it to create those bars on the sides, but I just can't say for sure. But anyway, what we're doing right now is we're going up 2 whole stacks into the sky because we're going to build a mob grinder, and we're going to build it way the heck up here. We didn't have to do this with the sky block because we were already up in the sky, so we never had to go 2 stacks up. We always just went the 1 stack up. But in this one, we're going to go 2 stacks up. The nice thing is, once we get up to the top and we're ready to go down, we can just jump because we're over the water, so we'll just fall right down in the water. So that's the good news. All right, we're going to go ahead here now, and we're going to build a little path out. Just a little one for now because I want to put my crafting table on it and make some more slabs. And then we're going to make slabs around here. Yeah, I'll figure that out. I don't know what I did, because I swear it used to fill the whole screen. But when I first logged on, it was telling me that it didn't like my resolution. And when I fixed that error, it went like this. So the stream quality coming through right, but the screen size appears to be shrunk just a hair, which, you know, hopefully that's not too off-putting or distracting. So right now we're just going to kind of build ourselves out a little bit. I don't have enough iron to build a whole hopper setup, so what we're going to do with this is we're going to build it like I did on my sky block for now, and we're going to just kind of build a whole space around for me to collect loot, and then once we get enough iron, we'll be able to put the hoppers in. So, just building a mob grinder. Nothing too fancy, just going to be a pretty run-of-the-mill mob grinder, a way to go ahead and get some loot, because I realized pretty quickly, so I've gotten into the nether in this world, and I realized pretty quickly that a bow and arrow would be a huge improvement and a big help for killing blazes. And I don't really have a way to get arrows efficiently enough without a mob grinder. I also don't have a very good bow, so a mob grinder will hopefully take care of both those problems for me. Get me a better bow, get me a supply of arrows, and in the meantime, it'll also get me some bones, so I can make bone meal, so I can have a little bit better of a time growing things. Now, I need to look at one thing real quick. And fall of 23, surviving 22. Alright, so we want to go... Oh, did I bring a bed? Well, this is going to be a quick journey because I didn't bring a bed up here with me. So we're going to drop down real quick and get ourselves a bed. I thought I brought my bed, but it's okay. The good news, like I said, is we could just jump off the edge, fall down in the water, and we are good to go. So that was one nice thing compared to the sky block where we always had to like do a bucket of water to get down. In this one, we're free to just jump off because the water's right there, and we can just jump in the water. Alright, so we can go ahead and sleep through the night here. And this time we'll bring the bed with us. I don't know if I have any more blocks, but I feel like if I do, I should probably bring them. Just because I get the impression that I have, like, just enough or maybe not quite enough blocks to finish this build off. But hopefully it's just enough. Now what I do also have here are ladders. We're going to need those to get back up to the top. Just start placing those as we go. Kind of a cool thing about ladders is that you can place them as you go like this. So if you ever have to climb something, just get a stack of ladders, or enough ladders to match up to your number of blocks that you want to go up, and just place them as you go. Just hold your right click and make your way up the ladder, and when you run out, you'll just stop like this, and you'll actually get to the top. Now, the only problem is once you're standing on that top ladder, you have to kind of go down a little before you can place the next one. But easy enough. And we'll almost get up to the top here. Hopefully we've got the right number of ladders, because if we don't, we'll come up one short. But I'm almost certain that I do. Loving the emojis in the chat there. I've actually got it positioned today on my screen so I can see the emojis as they come in. Look at this. We're right at cloud height. Always fun to try to play at exactly cloud height. Bear with me here just a moment. And it kind of just gets distracting. It's really the only challenge of being at cloud height. And this is where I think I'm going to potentially be struggling for blocks. Is so we've got to, boy, this cloud is annoying. We've got to kind of pick a spot to be our starting point. I think we're going to go like here, 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 here. So that's where our mobs are going to land. And then we want to have slabs on that. And then we want to have a block around. And then we can get rid of the extras, because we don't need this one. And we don't need this one. And we don't need this one. And we don't need this one. Okay. So when mobs land here, we want them to take a 22 block fall. So I think that means we want to build this 22 high, but I always get confused. So I'm going to real quick consult a tutorial. So I'm sure I build this thing right, because the one thing I don't want to do is build at the wrong height. So let's see real quick, what is the correct height that we want? 22, yeah, that was what I thought. So we want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So we want 22. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 22, including the one on the floor. So that's interesting, because that's what I was trying to remember, was do you count from this one or do you count from this one? And I think we want to count from this one. Ooh, old Arkham game. Yeah, those are cool. I haven't played too many of those myself, but I do remember the couple that I have played are pretty cool. So that's 1, 2, 3. So we're already at 3 here. That feels low to me. Because if we start there, they're not going to land. They're going to fall to here, because we don't want them to die. They die at 23. So if they landed here, I feel like it'll work, but I also feel like it could be leaving too much left. But this will be 4. This will be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and 22. I think 22 is what I said, right? Have I crafted sausage yet? Hey, Techno. Yes, I have crafted sausage. I crafted sausage in an earlier video. I made horse sausage. Now, one of my goals is to make Ender Dragon sausage, which I have not done that yet. So we've got more sausage to be made, but we have, in fact, crafted some sausage. I think we want to go 7 because then the 8th would be there. And yeah, there's kind of a recipe for it. You got to get the sliced meat first, and then you got to get the intestines and make the intestines into the sausage casing. I was pretty disappointed to learn though that the sausage doesn't really pay off. Like, it's a lot of work to make the sausage. You have to put a lot of effort into the actual making. Like, it requires a lot of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sorry, I can't talk and count at the same time. It requires a lot of effort to make the sausage, and yet you don't get a great return in terms of like the energy or the health that you receive, the hunger that you receive from eating the sausage. Like, for the amount of meat that you put into it, it didn't really seem to pay off. So I'm not crafting a lot of sausages, but we did have some fun with it. We also had fun making ourselves explode like a creeper. What else have we done? We've gotten the heart from a blaze, but we haven't got one that's compatible with us yet. The core, I should say, from a blaze. Oh yeah, spiders. That's right. We made ourselves into the world's weakest Spider-Man. Thank you, Tut Pup. Forgot about that one. So we're working our way through some mobs here. We've explored the insides of most of the passive mobs. We ripped open a squid. We looked inside of a sheep and a pig and a cow. We got inside of a hoglin yesterday in the nether. We got inside of a zombie piglin. So we've done a little bit of mob exploration, if you will. I'm just going to buckle those so I can walk across. And then I want to test to make sure I got my distances right here. Because while I've built this plenty of times, I have also messed it up plenty of times. So yeah, that is the correct distance, because that'll push the mobs then right down in. We'll pull that water because we don't need that yet. I can say with utmost certainty I do not have enough blocks, so we're going to have to go back down for more blocks at some point, but that's all right. It's not that hard to get up and down. We've done it enough times. I'm not too worried about that. I am excited because these mob grinders go together pretty quick when you know what you're doing. And as much as I don't know what I'm doing, I know what I'm doing here. I get myself confused mostly because I don't have it like written down. But I mean, it's a pretty simple recipe. Like, build these tunnels for the mobs to get pushed into the middle. Build the platforms for the mobs to spawn on. Spider-proof those platforms. Bada bing, bada boom. You're pretty much good to go. I am realizing that it is getting to be night, so I should probably sleep before mobs spawn up here where I don't want them. All right, so we can go ahead now and continue over this way. Go ahead and add a new color to the mix here with our standard cobblestone. But yeah, I mean, this is for me. I call this regular Minecraft because when I'm playing Minecraft, like I always try to think of how to position myself for success. You know, whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. In this case, I'm trying to accomplish, you know, getting all these different mob bits and pieces. Well, in order to do that, I need to be able to survive long enough to do it. And right now, the Nether was just kicking my butt because blazes were too hard to kill without a bow. So building a mob grinder, it's a great way now to get bows and arrows, but later on, it's a great way to get XP. So it'll become my XP farm when I need an XP farm. So it's going to be a dual purpose farm. We actually might get lucky and have just enough bricks. I'm not sure. Might have just enough blocks to build this farm. Because I have quite a few slabs. 3.5 stacks and the ability to craft a few more. We're going to be close on this one. Because next thing we got to do is we've got to connect all of these platforms, create the platforms. Trying to remember. Do I go over that or not? Question I cannot remember. Let's see. No, that's where I'm going to build my wall. Pretty certain. So we don't need to put. Oops. That's where we're going to run short. Is on those because that's where we're going to have to put full blocks across here. I forgot we got to enclose the whole thing, so we're going to fall short. But that, like I said, that's totally okay. We got this built out over the water, so it's pretty easy to get up and down. It's not like Skyblock where we're playing hardcore and if we accidentally go off the edge of the world, everything comes to a tragic end. There's none of that here. This is a little more chill Minecraft because while it's survival and we can die and we can lose all our stuff, we don't lose our world, which just changes things quite a bit. Like that whole hardcore you lose your world when you die thing is pretty tragic, especially when you're working on a challenge like I was, where, I mean, you got to a certain point where if you lost that world, if you lost all your progress, it would be awful. Like when I was waiting for that wandering trader to spawn at the end, I got to a certain point where I'm like, I don't want to do anything even remotely risky because if I do, it's gonna make it so that I die, and then I'm gonna be like, why did I just not stand there and wait for the wandering trader? So I built that skeleton because that felt like a pretty low risk move. But even that, there were times where I'm like up on my makeshift bone block scaffolding going, you know, if I fall from here, this world is over. And then I'm going to be like, why was I building a skeleton when I could have just waited for a wandering trader? But it was too hard to just sit and wait. I couldn't do it. Oh man, El Capitan, I'm sorry to hear that the notifications are not working. I think this is streaming to shorts right now. YouTube gave me the option to set up a dual stream where I think this is actually being streamed in short format as well as large format. So like that, you know, phone shaped video. So I'm not sure if that's how you saw it or not, but on my streaming screen on YouTube, I see it in both formats right now. So I think this is live on Shorts as well. So I'm hoping that that'll help expand the audience a little bit because I know a lot of people watch from their phones and find things via Shorts. I'm not sure if they look for live stream content via Shorts per se, but it's good to have you here, El Capitan. I know that. Oh, the Gills clip. Yeah. Okay. Well, it's cool to know that my other shorts are directing people here because that would be the goal, is using those just to get people to see that I exist. Hopefully you guys don't feel overwhelmed by the number of shorts that I've been posting. I've found that those really do seem to be the best way to get people to find my channel. So I've been going a little hard, especially being that today's Saturday. I went a little heavy today on the shorts just to see, just testing out, like, is that the way to get an audience? Am I overloading people? So far, it seems like it's working. Now that I got a couple more of you on here, can you let me know how the audio sounds? I've got a different microphone on today. I've actually got a headset on. I think it's coming through clear. Tup Pup said he could hear it fine, but I just want to make sure that it's coming through clear for everybody else. So if you wouldn't mind, just let me know how it sounds. Right now, I'm going to make myself a infinite water supply. Sure. Yeah, El Capitan, that's fair. They do get cold in the winter. Personally, I wear shorts as often as I can, no matter what the season. But that's just because I like to stay inside. Suppose if you want to go outside, you may need to rethink that. All right. I always forget you got to put a block. No, I don't think that's why, Tup Pup. I mean, that would make sense, but I can see like the shorts stream is absolutely cutting off the sides. Like if you were watching this via shorts right now, you'd be getting only like the center cut of the stream. It's something to do with my streaming software. When I was streaming last time, I streamed from a different monitor. Like I wasn't playing, I didn't have Minecraft on my laptop screen, and it seems to have messed with the resolution somehow. That's pretty cool. So being over water, I mean, that's just infinitely easier to get up and down. A little louder. Well, the good news is I do know how to fix that. So hang on. Let's make this a little louder for you. How's that? Is that any better there? Now I've got myself what I would call yellow lining on my streaming software. I am trying not to yell, so I'm definitely not talking as loudly as I probably could. So if the volume was too low, I apologize. Call me out on that, guys. That's the kind of thing that's easily fixed if I know that I need to fix it. And I will hear about it from people in the comments later if I don't hear about it from you guys live. And when I hear about it in the comments, there's nothing I can do about it at that point. When I hear about it from you guys live, I can fix it right on the spot. Oh, that one wasn't growing all the way. And I don't mind fixing it when it needs fixing. I want to make sure that these streams are coming through as loud and clear as they can. Let's go ahead and grab my hoe and... Okay, not too loud. That's all I wanted to make sure of, is that people aren't having to cut the volume because I'm blowing their eardrums out. So we're going to have to go back down into the mines. I'm yearning, but mostly just yearning for some more stones because I'm a little bit short on the number that I'm going to need to finish this mob grinder. So we're going to go, and we're going to actually, I think, go all the way down and do a little strip mining, because that way we get the dual benefit of potentially finding diamonds, which we found way more diamonds in the cave than we did in oh yeah, well, it's good to know I'm not the only one. I definitely don't want to be the only streamer out there that's too quiet. We found more diamonds in the cave, so that did prove to be the better option for diamond mining, but right now it's like a 50-50 that I want diamonds and I just want blocks. So we'll go ahead and we'll go down to where we're just for sure going to mine a whole ton of blocks with the slight chance that we might find some diamonds. But we're not doing it with the sole expectation of diamonds. I don't know why. Oh, I think I had water go down this. I'm like, why is there like no torches? I feel like this should be lit up better. I feel like I accidentally dropped some water down here at one point. Ooh. At some point I'll have to convert these into actual like stair blocks so that I can get up and down a little faster. But yeah, what happened to all my torches? I don't think I had that much water go down. All right. And we are down where we turned ourselves into a creeper. And we're going to use this as our starting point to branch out to a side. So for those of you who were hoping to watch me build a mob grinder, I apologize. You're going to have to watch me do a little bit of strip mining. But that's just because we ran out of blocks. We'll only do this until we get, we'll call it maybe like 4 stacks. Let's go with like, what's the over under? How many diamonds do we find getting 4 stacks of deep slate? Those in the chat, give me your over under. I'm gonna say we find 1 diamond vein with 4 diamonds. That's my guess, is 4 diamonds on this adventure. We're gonna mine until we get 4 stacks. Oh yeah, no doubt, Tough Pup. We learned that the other day, that caves were a much better option for diamonds. We're not down here specifically for diamonds. We're down here because we need blocks. Like I right now, I need the blocks for my mob grinder. So we're down here strip mining because we need blocks. So keep that in mind. We're not expecting the best diamonds, but you're saying under 6.5. Okay. Okay. 1 lonely diamond. Oh man, Capitan, you're not having much faith in the diamonds down here. That's fair. I don't think you're wrong. I mean, I went 1,000 blocks last time and got 0. So I mean, the odds are I'm going to find 0. Like that's fully believe that the odds are 0. Oh, I don't want tough. I want, not that I can't use tough, but I just would prefer deep slate. So we'll go ahead here and we'll make a little turn. Yeah, no, you're definitely playing the smart money on that one, because last time we found nada, and the odds are that we will find nothing. We're already 1 stack and change here. I'll put this here so we can kind of track our stacks. We're looking for 4 stacks, so we've got inventory space for the 4. Capitan, are you a dad? Because you got dad jokes, and I'm loving them. Tough call on that turn. You know, sometimes you just got to let the game tell you when to turn and try not to force it. That's trying to play the whole like, if I let it tell me what to do, maybe that'll give me some better luck. I feel like I have better dad jokes when I'm not streaming. It's hard to get them to hit while you're, on the fly like this. With my kids, they would tell you that I have too many dad jokes. On my streams, I feel like I'm always struggling to find them. Yeah. Well, you know what? If you are a dad or you have a dad, is it really that much different? My dad was definitely a master of the dad jokes. Still is, I should say. More was just saying, growing up, he was a master. All right, we're almost at the 2 stack point, and we still have the great nada. Yeah, I guess that's fair. There's not much of a setup. I should have asked before, and I'll ask it now. Do you guys still hear the Minecraft sound? Because I've got that coming to me through the headphones now. I think the streaming software says it's coming through, but just I don't know if I don't ask. So if you, yeah, like, well, like right now, the sound of me breaking blocks, I guess, would be the sound I'm wondering about. Like, do you hear the mining sound? Because I hear it. I hear it through my headphones. But normally when I stream, I don't use the headphones. Okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure it was still coming through. Oh, look at that. Look at that. We have a diamond. All right, so whoever said, what was it? Capitan said 4 stacks, 1 diamond at this level. It is looking like Capitan may have nailed it because I see exactly. Oh, look at that. We got a 2. We got a 2. We got at least 2 diamonds. Let's see, is it more than 2? So far it is 2. Tup Pup said under 6.5, so far he is on track. I think we've got a 2. I think we got a 2 stack right here. But that is 2 more than we found on our last trip to diamond level. And I'm going to say that that is pretty awesome. So far we have found 1 diamond vein, and it had 2 diamonds. And we are only about 2.5 stacks into our journey. So we still could find more. Yeah, I'm happy with a pair of diamonds. You know, when you play a little Texas Hold'em, if you start with a pair of diamonds, that's not a bad way to start. Especially if you flop 3 more. Right now, let's see if we can flop 3 more here before we get to that 4th stack. We're going to keep going this way. It's fair. I've yet to hear somebody complain about diamonds. I guess the people mining for diamonds in real life might complain once in a while. Does not sound like fun. I don't think those guys are yearning for the mines. We're almost there. We're 3 plus. Diamond only mod world? Oh my gosh. I'm trying to think of how you would even do that. How would you, in a diamond only world, how would you get your first pickaxe? Because you need wood to make a pickaxe. So you'd have to spawn a witch to get sticks. But even then, how would you mine the first diamonds to make that first pickaxe? Trying to think this through. Like maybe you'd have to get some iron from some zombies. So you'd need witches and zombies. How would you spawn said witches and zombies when you don't have or an iron golem? Yeah, I'm just thinking. I think an iron golem might be harder to come by because I'm thinking like Skyblock World. I was able to get enough iron that I could have made an iron pickaxe pretty easily using. I had nothing to mine, so I never did. But you definitely could have made one. Oh, so there were still villages. Okay, that makes sense. If there's villages, then yeah, you can get wood, you can get stone from the villager houses. So you just have to find a village, and from there you're good to go. Well, we are almost to that 4th stack. 1 more, and we're there. All right. Well, we found 2 diamonds on our quest for 4 stacks. I'm actually going to go until this pickaxe runs out just to get a couple of extra blocks here. I think 4 stacks is plenty. But just to be safe, we're going to grab a few extra. Oh, yeah. That's an interesting challenge. I feel like in some ways that sounds easier than the Skyblock challenge, because at least you have other resources out there in villages. Like there's a lot that you can get from villages. You can get potatoes, carrots, beetroot, wheat. You can get all that. You can also get your wood. You can get your cobblestone. I'm going to fill out this other stack because I do not want to have to come right back down here. So we'll get this 5th stack. We're not counting on any more diamonds, but we're going to get this 5th stack of stone so that we can finish off our mob grinder. without having to make another trip down here because we accidentally fell. Oh, look at this. Did we just find our way into a geode? We sure did. That's pretty cool. Geodes are fun. That's pretty neat. It's not on my bingo card. I don't know if anyone else had a geode on their bingo card. I think I can mine this stuff, yeah. Grab a little bit of that. Oh yeah. Yeah, we should probably build that, huh? We were definitely dropping some spare body parts the other day, and would have been nice to have that lava incinerator. So yeah, let's grab this redstone. We'll talk that through once we're back up topside, how we want to build that, Capitan, because I want your input on that build. All right. Well, that geode kind of forced our hand with direction here because we want more deep slate. So once again, we're going to turn because the game told us to turn. Yeah, the amethyst does make a cool sound. I got a few, not too many. I don't really have any plan for it, but I know how to get back here if I need to. It's thankfully a pretty clear path back to the amethyst, to the geode if I need it. And here we're almost going to fill out that last stack. So under 6.5 diamonds was absolutely correct. 1 diamond vein with 2 diamonds is what we found while doing this trek through the Y level minus 59. Now we came down here to get some blocks to finish off our mob grinder, so it was just bonus that we happened to find a couple diamonds. Did I somehow walk over this diamond? Do you guys see this? When I turned at the tuff, I walked over a diamond and I didn't even realize it. So technically we found 2 diamond veins, and let's take a look and see what was in this one. I can't believe I walked right over this without even noticing it. That's pretty incredible, but it looks like it might be a single diamond. Yeah, a single diamond, and I walked right over it. Didn't even see it. I'm curious, like when I watch this back, like I wonder if it ever showed up. Oh no, there's another one. There were 2 diamonds. 3 diamonds. Oh my gosh. Tup Pup, you're under 6.5 is suddenly in jeopardy. You are suddenly in jeopardy because this is diamonds number 4, 5. Oh, you are dead on with under 6. Was it under 6.5, I think you said? I think you were dead on because that is 5 diamonds that we've found. I'm going to clear around here just a little more to see, but I think that's it. We're all bedrock from here. So we'll go ahead and fill in some of this so that we don't get ourselves lost. I still can't believe I walked right over that. Like, that's incredible. Got to this tuff, turned, and didn't actually look at the ground to see. Yeah, I mean, I actually consider that pretty lucky. I was thinking that I got 2 diamonds on this whole, adventure. I wasn't expecting to find any more. To find 3 more, that's pretty cool. So 5 diamonds we found. We went over 1,000 blocks last time and found 0 diamonds. We mined 4 or 5 stacks of diamonds and found 4. We mined 5 stacks worth of deep slate, or 4 and 5, and found 5 diamonds. Oh, my bad. Yeah, Capitan, year 1 and 1 were definitely a little underestimating, but you were playing the odds based on our last adventure, which came up with nothing. Basically, we found 2 on our way down, and then never found another one the whole time that we mined. and we went over 1,000 blocks. So sometimes you find them, sometimes you don't. That's the bottom line, is you just don't know what you're going to find. So we're going to head back up to the surface with 5 diamonds in hand that we didn't have before. Oh, you know, I always wonder that too. Like redstone, I always feel like when you find redstone, it's like that's like the anti-diamond, because, you know, you can't have a diamond where there's redstone. So I always think that. That gets us up to 12 diamonds. So we've actually now got a decent number. We found a few in a cave last time. We found, I think, 1 extra in the nether. Oh, yes. Always undersell and overdeliver, El Capitan. Don't ever oversell and underdeliver. Nobody likes that. So, yeah, bet low, end up high is never a bad way to go. Never disappointed with that approach. Let's see. I think I can break this one here. And we got a few more wheat, so we'll feed our cows again. Trying to get the cows more than the sheep here. First diamonds are close to or behind redstone. Yeah, I mean, there's something to that theory. I don't think you're wrong. All right, we've actually got a fair amount of redstone. We got a whole stack and then some, so we can absolutely build something. We're in the nether now, so if we needed like any, like, what are they called? Comparators, whatever they call those things, we could get those. So we're in a good position. All right, and we've got plenty of blocks here. We even had some basalt. I don't think we need to bring that up. We got plenty of blocks now to finish this off. I think we have enough trapdoors. Do we cut down a few trees? All my trees that I planted appear to have grown, so we've got plenty of trees now. Let's cut down a couple of trees, just in case. Oh yeah, everybody likes to be delighted. You know, if you think about it, like, nobody likes to be disappointed, but everybody likes to be delighted. So you're always better to aim low, bet low, promise low, and then come in high. Pressure plate opens a piston over the lava in the house, so you can just toss it in. So, okay, trying to think. So I need to craft a piston and a pressure plate, and then connect the two via redstone. That seems simple enough. I've already got a bucket of lava hiding in my house somewhere, and we have access to the nether, so lava's no issue. But I like that plan. We'll execute on that here. We're going to finish off our mob grinder, but once we do, we're going to have plenty of loot that we want to get rid of, so we might even build that up in the mob grinder. I'm liking that plan. Here's what we're going to do. All right, so our lava's hiding right here. And it already ate the brick that was on top of it. So we're going to grab that. And then, let's see, we're going to craft up, what is the recipe for a, gosh, now the word's escaping me, piston. What do we need for that? We need some redstone and some iron, okay? So we got the redstone. I think we've got at least one piece. Oh, we can smelt up some more iron if we need it. So we can make the piston. Why can't we make the piston? Because we don't have the wood. Duh. All right. Now can we make a piston? No. What are we missing here? Why does it tell me I don't have all that? I've got 1, 2, 3. I've got redstone. I've got iron. I've got... Did I put the redstone and iron in the wrong order? Does it have to be cobblestone? It can't be cobbled deep slate? Is that what it is? I'm guessing that's got to be it. Alright, so let's mine a couple of things of cobblestone. Yeah, I think that's got to be it. Yep. So there we go. So there's our piston. And then we can do an oak pressure plate. So we got our pressure plate, we got our piston, and we'll bring some redstone up with us too. Boom. All right. So I think we've got everything we need for that. We're going to go ahead and follow our bridge out to our water, and we'll just use our water to take us back up. I wonder if some of that stuff has to do more with this this mod. I've noticed that like some sticks don't work as sticks. Like when you're trying to craft like a tool or something, there's certain sticks. I think like the ones you take out of a creeper just weren't working for me. And then they wouldn't stack with other sticks. And same thing with like the gunpowder that you get out of a creeper, it won't stack with other gunpowder. So I think it has something to do with that. Like I think there's something about the mod that makes things not work the way they do in other versions of Minecraft. Oh shoot. I need to plug in my computer or it is going to die. Didn't realize it wasn't plugged in. Alright, well, I almost fell off the water there because I was getting the alert that my battery was about to die on my laptop. It's plugged in now, so we're safe. We're not going to die. Rice Bed Wars, the Sad Crapper. I'm not sure what that's in reference to. But now we can go ahead and build our wall around us. We're going to quickly sleep this night away, though, before we get ourselves into any trouble. Oops, wrong thing. I wanted to put a bed there, not a block. But welcome to the stream, Rice. It's good to have you. Alright, so now that it's daytime, we can get back to finishing off this build. A couple last things we need to do. We need to put a wall all the way around. We need to put in the trap doors, both in the channels and on the platform itself. I didn't want to lose that. Alright, we're going to have to make this jump. There we go. And then we'll have to put a roof on. That's going to be the last piece. Now, you can make these things multi-layer, and in a later game, I probably would, but with where we are in this game, it's not worth the extra resources to make it double tall when it provides plenty of mobs at this single height. And that was a terrible jump. Wow. That was embarrassing. Jumped like a whole one block. Alright, we almost got the whole surround done. And I'm starting to think it was probably a good idea I went for those extra blocks. I feel like we're going to have just enough. Oh, we have to place the water. That's the other thing we have to do, is we have to actually put the water where it needs to be. We made ourselves the infinite water supply, but we didn't place it where we want it. Alright, so now we can get rid of some of these excess blocks that we placed by accident. That guy doesn't need to be there. We can go ahead and start our trap dooring. So we need to put these here because they are going to trick the mobs into thinking that they can walk on them, and then the mobs are going to fall down into this channel. So these are a crucial part of the build. And then we'll have to put the water in the channel because that's what's actually going to make the mobs fall down into the center. But I like how this gives you ample... Oh, you know what? I didn't mention that, Capitan, but I was thinking it. So you read my mind on that one. And yeah, this is going to make it so, you know, like if a witch falls down in here, I'm going to actually get to open up a witch without any risk whatsoever to myself. And that's pretty sweet because I don't really want to have risk to myself. So we'll go ahead and we'll pour the water in. Boom. I don't know why, but this water looks like super blue to me. Does this water look extra blue to you guys? Like, is it the biome that I'm in, maybe? Is this like a super water? Is this like a warm ocean or something different than like a standard biome? Is that why it's extra blue like that? I don't know. It just seems more blue than usual to me. Oh, crap. That wasn't what I wanted to do. That's definitely not what I wanted to do. Alright. Gotta put a block in. It's as simple as doing that, and I was just being lazy. Now we gotta get that block out. Hope it didn't mess up our water flow. It didn't. Alright. We're good. Just a minor setback there. We do have a block there that we need to get rid of. Alright, and then the last thing is I got to remember my design for mob proofing, or spawn proofing for spiders. And I want to say it was that. No, that feels too close. Well, maybe it's like that. Yeah, that looks right, actually. And then it would be there. And there. So it's like every other block. And like that. Boom. And just like that, we don't have to worry about spiders. Got to lay the water down on one more of these. Oh, we got one water. And then we can get rid of this. Alright, so we got water on all four now. Yes, we do. It's just a pretty basic pattern here. And what we're doing is we're making it so that spiders won't be able to spawn up here because all they do is kind of muck things up. They don't really bring much benefit. We don't need to lay any more water. We'll fill up this bucket just because, but then we'll go ahead and we'll block off that water. And then we can take these out. And then we can put the trapdoors on this spot. And then we got one more platform to trapdoor, and then we can throw a lid on this thing and start grinding mobs. For those who are just tuning in, we're doing this, we're building the mob grinder because we made it to the nether, but we were struggling pretty mightily in the nether because we were getting blasted by the blazes and couldn't really do much about them without a bow and arrow. And while we had a bow and actually had some arrows, we died and lost all of them. And just don't have a really sustainable way to craft arrows. I don't have like a chicken farm yet or anything, so not really a quick and easy way to do that. So the easiest way to get arrows is with the mob grinder. And a mob grinder is kind of resource intensive, but I mean, I was able to go mine for diamonds, find a couple diamonds while actually getting the resources that I need, and have a few extra trapdoors, but no big deal. And we're now set up from the inside. So the last bit that we need to do here, well, it's a good thing I have some wood because I'm going to need a crafting table. I left my crafting table down below. Is we're going to need to craft some slabs and seal this bad boy off. Now, if you were playing on bedrock, you wouldn't be able to do this last part with slabs, because on bedrock you need a full block to block out the light, and in Java you do not. In Java you can just use a slab and it will block the light completely, making it so you get mobs to spawn in your grinder. So we're going to take full advantage of that and save on resources. And just use slabs because they require half as much resource. Yeah, console is bedrock. So if you're playing on, at least as far as I know, if you're playing on console, you'll need to use full blocks on the roof. If you don't, it won't work. And I made that mistake the first time that I tried building one of these on console. I was like, I'll just use slabs, and then nothing spawned on the inside because the light level won't ever drop low enough without the full blocks. So yeah, you want to make sure that on console you use full blocks. On Java, or anything that uses any version that's any device that's playing Java is okay to use slabs, but any device that's on bedrock, you need to go ahead and use the full blocks for your roof. The other nice thing about using slabs is it automatically mob proofs the roof, because mobs won't spawn on the bottom slabs. So these are all bottom slabs, so they will not be a spot that mobs can spawn, because otherwise you have to put torches up here to make sure that you don't get mobs spawning on the roof of your grinder, because then it not only does it hurt the spawn rate inside the grinder, but they can actually wander off the roof and down onto you. Although not really sure they would do that, because they'd basically be falling to their death to do that, and I don't think mobs will do that. But the good news is I'm totally safe building up here, because no mobs are going to spawn up here with me. So we're almost there. I seriously feeling like it's a good thing I got that extra stack, because I think I'm, as it is, going to end up being really close. If I do run out of stone, I have some wood that I can use, but I don't think I'm going to be too far over with the amount of slabs that I have. I think I'm going to be like right on. The other thing that's different about Java, for those who've only played Bedrock, that I wish we could get in the Java version, is you can't place a slab directly in front of you. Like, I can't put a slab onto this without turning around and going backwards. So you can't, like, it's a little harder to, like, go forward over the void. You have to go backward, because that's the only way to place a block without falling off. And I've seen people who play Bedrock, or I've done it in Bedrock, where you just kind of place it directly in front of yourself. Admittedly, I don't play a ton of Bedrock, only when I'm playing console with the kids. All right, last couple of rows here. And we will be able to call this a successful grinder and the first farm built in this world. That's kind of cool. I'm all about farms. I like, you know, playing the game and getting resources, but I also feel like if there's a way to farm those resources more efficiently, I'm all for it. I'm not one to force myself to go mining for iron if I can build an iron farm. Yeah, we're going to end up with almost exactly the number of slabs that we needed. And that's with that extra stack that I mined. So we have 18 slabs and 1 full block of deep slate extra. So it's a good thing that we did that extra that we did, because without it, we would have been short. So now the key is I just have to not fall on my platform. Anywhere else will be water. If I fall directly on my platform, I will be in trouble. So I think my best bet is to go like off the edge here, because the platform I can't see because of the stupid cloud. But the platform is safe. Although I should probably sleep, because while I'm safe up here from mobs, once I go down, I'm not. So let's go ahead and get day. Maybe that'll clear up the clouds and let us actually see the water beneath us, because I always feel better jumping off into water that I can see. No, it didn't. Let's see, maybe on this side. Nope, no luck. All right, we're just going to wing it through the clouds and down into the water. And we are safe. That's one of the other nice things about building this over water, is that you know you're safe. Like there's no risk of anything if you fall. Although swimming past a drown, that carries a little bit of risk. You know what? Well, we got him. Let's go ahead. Oh, we got to get some air. Let's go ahead and get some air. And we're going to have a little chest cavity fun with this fella. Let's open him, not me. Nope. Oh, yeah, I almost threw the spine without double checking. That is indeed his spine. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We'll immobilize him. We'll get our air back, and then we're going to go ahead and open him up. And he's got a rotten heart, rotten everything. There's nothing there that we want. But he's immobilized. So we'll leave him there to, I would say drown, but I don't think a drowned can drown. Kind of like a zombie can't die, I don't know that a drowned can drown. But we're going to leave him there to his own devices. We're going to go ahead and eat something. I'll tell you, Capitan, I really pay attention now, because that was so ridiculous, just throwing my own spine and then having to hop back to it like a hobbled fella. I did not enjoy that at all. All right, now we can go up and check out. Oh yeah, I do have a sword. Check out our grinder and see how we did. It's always kind of that moment of truth, is did it work? And I'm remembering one thing that I didn't do, which is I didn't put the trap doors in at the bottom. So going to have to get those in here quick before creepers spawn, because what you don't want in your farm, in your grinder, is for creepers to see you, because they will blow up the entire bottom of your grinder, and that is a tough thing to fix when there are mobs falling down. So we're going to hope that we did this right, or that we don't have an issue with that, I should say. Could you keep a spare from a villager? I mean, maybe. I think you'd have to find a spine that's compatible with you. Feels like kind of a rough use of an inventory slot when, like, in theory, just don't throw your own spine on the ground doesn't seem super complicated. But, you know, in theory, things often don't sound as complicated as they really are. So these are the trapdoors I'm talking about, because without those, a creeper can sometimes see you, and that's not good. So let's go ahead and get rid of these blocks, because we don't need these here. And then let's hope we get some mobs, because so far I don't see any. Come on. Oh boy. Did we do something wrong? Oh, there we go. Just like that. A creeper shows up to say that we did all right. I was starting to get nervous. I was like, well, I thought I did everything right. Gonna give myself a little more space back here, because I don't really want to fall off and have to climb myself back up. I was actually legitimately worried that it didn't work for a second there. Yeah, this cloud floor is not my favorite. It's making it a little hard to see everything. All right. Well, the number one thing that we want up here is skeletons, believe it or not. Like, I don't think I've ever said that before, but really the thing I'm looking for most right now is skeletons, because that's where I'm going to get my arrows, that's where I'm going to get my bows. So we need some skeletons. We'll give it a minute here. We're just going to kind of hang out and wait. I'm sure some skeletons will show up sooner or later. You know, like you pointed out, Capitan. Oh, you know what? Did I seriously just get an iron ingot that fast? The only mob that we're really going to be able to open is a witch. So if you noticed, I just tried to open up the creeper and the zombies, but when they make the fall, they're already too weak to survive having their chest opened. The witch, however, will fall and then drink a health potion, so I should be able to open up the witch. But yeah, zombies. So this is interesting. So swords have durability, and like in a mob grinder, you'll wear through swords pretty quick. The chest opener does not have durability. Like, oh shoot. No matter how many times I open my own chest, it does not seem to reduce the durability of the chest opener. Same with mobs. No matter how many times I open mobs, it doesn't seem to reduce the durability. So, rather than using a sword to clear the mobs, if I just use the chest opener, I won't have to craft 100 new swords. I can just use my one chest opener over and over. So, not good from the perspective of I won't be able to use it for a ton of mob opening, but good from the perspective of I'll be able to kill mobs without wearing through my swords. I am seriously wishing I had built this like one block higher up to avoid this cloud, because just one block is all I would have needed to do, and I didn't think about that at the time. There's my first skeleton. Hey, buddy. And look at that. Already got some arrow, an arrow, and a bone. But I'm also already starting to get loaded with rotten flesh and gunpowder, which I don't really need. I didn't bring... Do I have enough stone to build the trash can? Let's see. So let's think this through. We need to have a spot for... do that. Will that be... Oh, I could make a cobble generator. That's interesting. Too bad I have no experience building those. Let's see. I feel like... like an idiot at the moment, but I think if I do that, drop that there. Do I have enough to craft a stair? Of course not. I used up too much. Alright, we're going to try to get one of these blocks back. There we go. Let's see, can we craft a stair yet? Nope, we're going to need to get all of them back. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, cobblestone generator sounds easy enough, but I've ran into a problem or two with those in the past. Believe it or not. They are not my forte, although you'd think at this point that I'd have them figured out. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to put a... That's not at all what we wanted to do. We're going to put a stair somewhere. So I think I've used up all the resources that I needed to actually make this work. Let's think this through. We're going to put a stair here. And we're going to put wood around it. So that we can keep our water in it. Because water won't burn up wood. So then we put our water there. And then we need to put our lava on that. And that should do it, actually. I think that worked, but I also think that was not quite what I was going for. It did generate the cobblestone, but it kind of made it impossible to get to. The good news is, with a couple of times of doing that, I'll have enough cobblestone to do whatever I want. Let's see if we just put the lava down there. How's that work? Wrong way. Let's see if we put it there. Oh, shoot. Now, how did that happen? The water's on the other side of... That's really odd. I did not think you could make obsidian that way. Capitan, I have clearly learned nothing when it comes to cobblestone generators. Ooh, that's my chest. Gotta be careful with that. Oh, I hear a witch. Alright. We're gonna pause on the cobblestone generation. And we're gonna focus on this witch, wherever he is. So the problem with the chest opener is that I'm hurting myself when I don't hit a witch. Alright, we're going to beat the witch with our chest opener until he's not healthy enough for us to open him. I'm afraid if I hit him with a sword, I'll make him so unhealthy that he dies. He's drinking those potions too fast is the problem. This is going to be interesting. You'd think that would hurt him. Like, I'm perfectly healthy when I try to open my own chest, and it always does the trick. Witch's chest. We're in. Only compatible with witch. Well, I mean, we can take the mussels and make food. I mean, there's that. Oh, so, like, look, this creeper appendix is safe to use. So my son was telling me that when you kill a mob, they'll drop any organs that you're safe to use. So in this case, the creeper that I killed dropped me his appendix that was safe to use. So I could put that one inside of me. And here we go, a decayed spine, safe to use. So Capitan, to your point earlier, I could have a spine on standby if I so desired. So I want to take a little bit more of the muscle because I want to be able to craft up some food. And we're going to eat the witch. We're going to do a little Hannibal Lecter here. And we're actually going to eat some witch steaks. All right. Well, that was interesting. Witch looks a lot like me on the inside. It's about the best answer I can give there. Alright, he dropped me a water bottle. So let's see, where's my crafting table? Let's go ahead and craft up some witch steaks. Raw man meat. Oh. I don't think I want to put that in my mouth. That was not what I was expecting. That is definitely not what it's called when you craft it up from an animal. That is very much different. So we've learned that if you take the muscle from a non-animal mob, you get man meat. Oh man, that's pretty funny. Let's light this puppy up a little. This is crazy. Like, I'm in the cloud and it's raining. This is very interesting up here. That's, now you're hitting it, Capitan. The benefit of this is I'm going to get all the compatible bits without having to actually open the mobs up to get them. They're just going to fall in my lap. Just like that potion just fell in my lap. Now, I don't really want that decayed spine. Potion of instant health, I will take that. So I'm wondering if the water looks different because of this mod, because that potion looked a little different to me too. Oh, and actually I want that bow. I've got a couple bows already. I didn't realize that. What I need to do is craft a chest, because I'm already at that point. I'm already at the point where I need some storage space. And we'll go ahead and put that here. Because we're going to figure out a different option for getting cobblestone. Throw the man meat in there, because it's raw man meat. I think that makes it worse. I don't know. You guys tell me, but I think the fact that it's raw man meat makes it worse. I feel like I need to turn this music down a hair. You guys tell me if this is too quiet, but it's like blasting me between the music and the mobs right now. I need that a little quieter. So I got my volume below half, and I'm getting my eardrums blown out from the combined sound of the rain, the mobs. Something tells me the maker of this mod has a sense of humor. That's about the best I can say, is that they clearly have a sense of humor. And honestly, I'm cool with that. I like that they have a sense of humor. So we've already got ourselves to the point now where we can craft up a decent bow. Or, like, craft up a bow, I should say. Not really decent, but a bow. If we can click the right thing. So we have a bow, and we're already up to one full stack of arrows. I mean, we're already at the point where I think we could go to the nether and have a much better result than we did the first time around. Ooh, see, like, that skeleton just dropped a rib. And it's safe to use. Like, why would I want a decayed spine or decayed ribs? I don't know. But if I did, they are safe to use. This is what I'm going to need a garbage can up here for, though. Because if we're going to get all these things... Okay, well that's good to know that it's at least not overwhelming the voice volume. So pretty good on bones and arrows already. Got more. Oh, we got a decent bow again. Now we got a full strength bow. And see, we already burned through our first sword. So we're going to switch to the chest opener. Well, I gotta say, this has definitely come along well. I wasn't sure how quickly I'd get enough arrows to feel confident going back to the nether, but I feel like I'm already there. I feel like I've got enough that I could go and hopefully manage an encounter with a blaze. stone. Get rid of that. We'll keep that. Keep that. All right. Maybe we get like a second stack. Now, my son also told me that if we can find a heart that's safe to use, that we would want that. Rotten liver, poor detoxification. Rotten stomach, poor digestion. Dude, like, I don't know that that really helps me. I wonder if, like, if you have this in and you eat rotten flesh, if it works better. Like, that to me seems like it's worth a try. Tup Pup, thanks for stopping by. We'll catch you next time. So, can I add a stomach? And then now if I eat rotten flesh, I mean, that's only one time, and I know rotten flesh doesn't poison you every time, but I mean, so far, maybe that theory holds. The theory being that I can eat rotten flesh without getting poisoned because I now have a rotten stomach. I feel like that seems to be the case because I just ate it again. Let's try one more. Yeah, I mean, I'm eating rotten flesh at will, and I'm not getting sick. Opening your chest still hurts, but not getting sick from it at all. So we just unlocked a whole new food source because we can eat rotten flesh all that we want. Now I forgot, when we're up here, we actually have a really easy to use garbage can, which is just throwing stuff over the edge. So we do have that option available to us. The witch is going to be a tough kill without a sword. Oh, now this witch I was able to open right up. Well, guess what? He's not a tough kill if you take his heart. That's probably the easiest way to kill him. Got news for you, witch. You ain't so tough without a heart. Nobody is very tough without their heart, believe it or not. Ooh, we found an extra heart. The witch's heart, in fact. Oh, we got some extra muscle. Interesting. So the witch gave us a spine, muscle, and heart that we can use. That's interesting. So right now I've been enjoying the fact that I can eat rotten flesh, but let me show you this. This is what my son was telling me about the heart. So if we go ahead and open up, let's pop this heart in. Now, why is it saying that it's not compatible? Good heart. Oh, that only compatible with witch. Why did it drop if it was only compatible with witch? Oh, I know why. I'm a moron. I know why. I ripped it out of the witch. That's not good to use. I ripped that stuff out of the witch. That's why I ended up with it. Because when I took it out of the witch, I just carelessly threw it on the ground. And then it came back to me. It's not that the witch actually dropped it for me. Why? Alright. I am clearly not opening my own chest. I am hitting other mobs. I guess I got to be closer to them. If I open my chest again, I'm a dead man. So let's not do that. I guess we could craft up a sword. Would probably be the logical thing to do here. Alright, I think we probably have enough arrows at this point that we can make ourselves a trip to the nether and be safe. Although I was thinking we had a second stack. We don't. We only have the one stack. Guess that's not as many as I had hoped. Oh, well, let me turn those back up. keep the music a little lower, but that should bring the mob sounds back. I'll just turn my own volume down. I can adjust that here locally. Let me know if that brought them back. If that didn't bring them back, I'm not sure. Still no mob sounds. Interesting. I'm hearing them on my end. Oh, let me check something. Wonder if my streaming software dropped them. Yep, that's what it is. Minecraft audio. How about now? There's no music at the moment, so there wouldn't be any music, but you should have just got the mob sounds back. Yeah, something with my streaming software that sometimes I have to restart the capture in order to get it. And if I let the capture go for too long, it'll just stop. So glad you said something, because easy enough to bring it back. Just need to know that it's missing. Alright, that's a stack and a half of arrows. If that's not enough for me to get some, what are they called? Blaze rods? I don't know what is. What is underneath me here? Where did this... Oh! Oh, jeez. I almost created a death trap for myself. So this platform, this is from the lava that I had dropped over the edge. I created a little platform underneath my mob grinder. Did not intend to do that, but it's actually a nice thing to have as long as I know it's there, because I almost fell on it. Like I thought it was a shadow. I wasn't sure what I was seeing there. Oh, I want to open a dolphin. I want to open a dolphin. Can I get this guy to come close enough? I got him. Oh my gosh. Aquatic mussel, animal lung. Oh, I gotta get air. Oh man, I couldn't see fast enough if there was anything in there that was worth taking. I should have grabbed his spine just to keep him immobilized. Something tells me he's not going to want to let me get back close to him again. Nope, that's me. Oh, I gotta get air. Well, we've officially opened a dolphin. That's pretty cool. Where'd he go? I want to... Now, dolphins don't breathe underwater, so we're not going to get the underwater breathing that I still have my heart set on. But I feel like there's got to be something worth having in a dolphin. Come here, Mr. Dolphin. Nope, that's me. Yeah, come at me at the surface. Come on. Alright, I got your spine. I wish I could float while examining this. Everything is only compatible with dolphins. Alright, I like dolphins too much to leave him without a spine. No, the squid gills were only compatible with the squid, so I suppose you could potentially find a squid that has gills compatible with you. But the one that I found, at least, was only compatible with the squid. So everything seems like that was one bit of this challenge that I didn't realize, was that you need to find stuff that's actually compatible with you, and not everything will be. Only certain stuff is going to be compatible with you. Other stuff is only compatible with the mob that you stole it from. So that's going to be an extra bit on this challenge. Like if I want to get the powers from a blaze, I have to find a blaze that has a core that's compatible with me. not just any blaze, which I just had originally thought it was any blaze. Like all I have to do is just get a blaze core and I'm good to go. And the truth is that no, I need specific blaze core. So that has added a little extra twist to this challenge. But that's all right. We're down with a twist. Just means it's a little bit harder of a challenge than I had originally anticipated. Breeding up our cows. We want leather. We want meat. That's not man meat. Come on, gotta be one more cow in there. That was pure luck. Yeah, that's what my son and I decided, is that was pure luck that I got a spider that was compatible. Because, like, if you look at these blaze rods, only compatible with blaze. So these functioning blaze rods, I need to find those that are compatible, and then I need to find a blaze core that's compatible. So that last line, only compatible with blaze, that does me no good. So I need to find these where they're actually compatible with me. And like this one, only compatible with creeper. This one I could just leave in myself and it wouldn't kill me. And kind of like my zombie stomach here is making it so I can eat this rotten flesh. That random guy animates. Welcome to the stream, that random guy. We are in the midst of getting ready to head to the Nether because we finally have gotten enough enough arrows. Oh shoot, I left it all up in the tower. That's a good question. I wonder if there is some sort of an achievement associated with it. Unfortunately, I left it all up in my tower, and I don't really want to go back up there right this second. So we'll have to find that out at another time. We're going to need to get a new bucket of lava because we wasted the lava that we had. Save that bow. We're going to bring the arrows. We'll save the bone meal. We'll save that. We'll save that. We'll actually bring that. Right. I think we're ready to go to the Nether. We're eating rotten flesh because we have a zombie's stomach inside of us, giving us the ability to eat rotten things. We found ourselves a good zombie stomach. We're trying to find ourselves some good... We don't want to bring that to the Nether. Some good blaze bits. We want a blaze core and some functional blaze rods that are compatible with myself so that they're safe to use, because we'd like to be able to use those. So what we found, though, is if we kill the blaze, that's the way to find the ones that are good. We don't want to just keep trying to chest open them, because chest opener works, but it's... Oh, that was a wasted arrow. But it's not going to actually tell us which ones are good and not. It's just going to open up everybody. And we want to open up the ones that... Or we want to capture the ones that are good to use, not just everyone. Oh boy, we're wasting arrows left and right. And we got hit. Wow. That was quick. Here I thought the bow and arrow was going to be the key to this, and already I'm proving that it's not. We're going to go over by our blaze spawner over here. Got to keep an eye out for wither skeletons. But I think... Oh, come on, piglin. That's not a good spot for you. Yeah, there we go. What the heck? Where did I get... Oh, jeez. This guy back here decides he wants to play. Oh boy, and we are already almost dead. So apparently my stomach no longer likes cooked meat. That's interesting. So with the zombie stomach, I can only eat rotten flesh. Oh boy. Well, while I've got that in, I'm going to eat the rotten flesh, and then I'm going to take it out, because that's just silly. Apparently there's a blaze behind me somewhere. Alright, we're going to do this. Give ourselves a little buffer from the blazes. And we're going to focus on these blazes over here right now. Oh, there is a blaze rod in there. I want that. Oh, come on. Come on. I was so close to getting a blaze rod. I didn't bring a pickaxe. What the heck? Oh, yeah, I did. There we go. Oh, boy. We need to be careful here. I think I hear a ghast, too, so I gotta be careful of that. Got our first blaze rods, so that's cool. Put that back. Yeah, so I need to open my chest up, though, and get that stomach out, because I don't have any more rotten flesh. So now we can eat regular food again. We need to get more blazes in here for us to attack, so let's open up this side, because they seem to all be hiding out over here. Oh boy. Oh boy. Ah, shoot. I left them too much space. Alright. We don't want to open up, leave two open, because they will absolutely take advantage of that to light me on fire. Sounds like I've hit my zombie piglin now. That was not what I meant to do, but not the end of the world. We're going to keep just taking out these blazes, one at a time. We're hoping that one of them will drop me something I can use. So far they have not. They've dropped me some regular old blaze rods, which are great, because I need those. Oh, I think somebody dropped me something I can use, because I just picked up something. What did we get there? We got blaze shells and functioning blaze rods. We've got them. That's what we need. We need that to be able to shoot fire. So we're going to continue with this for just another minute. Yeah, that's a good point. I probably should put it somewhere a little safer, huh? You're not confident in my ability not to bust my own chest open? Is that what you're saying? Capitan, when have I ever proved to not be an excellent Minecraft player, other than every single time that I play Minecraft? Oh, this guy back here wants to fight, huh? I'd like to get a blaze core that's functioning. And then I'll call it a day on this. Oh gosh, what is going on? Getting blasted. it's safe to go in there for the moment. Collect up everything that's been dropped. I know, I was thinking that too, but I don't really have any blocks, so I can't quite do that. I'm going to have to do that on my next trip. Because, yeah, those guys shoot me from behind are not very nice. Almost out of arrows here, so we're going to have to call it pretty soon anyway. I'm hoping that we will get a compatible blaze core here sooner than later. Oh boy. I was just about to go in there too, and that guy smoked me. Oh boy. Well, that guy spawned out here, so I was not anticipating that they could actually spawn out here. Still no compatible core, but we've gotten 4 of the shells. Now I don't know what those do, other than maybe give you like fire resistance. Oh no, I'm out of arrows. Alright. Well, we got plenty of blaze rods. We're going to go back to the overworld now. We're going to test out what we've got and see if we can't check something off our list, because getting compatible blaze bits, I feel like, was what we were going for here, not just getting any blaze bits. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Oh, for fighting the, yeah, that's a good point. We've got some lava over here we can test it on. But I think you're right. Yeah, for fighting the blazes, the fire resistance would actually be really helpful. So let's see. Where would we put that? If we put that right there, does that give us greater fire resistance? More importantly, does this let us spit fire? Let's test that first. I think we need to set up a keybind for pyromancy. Oh, I think that makes sense. And it's like white, which makes me think that it's probably working right now. So let's go ahead and let's try that. Oh, we just shot a fireball. That's pretty sweet. We're going to need a mob to test that out on. We are officially able to shoot fireballs. Something tells me I'm going to start more than one forest fire with this capability, but that's a risk that I'm willing to accept. What I need right now is a mob. And it just so happens to be nighttime, so it shouldn't take too long to find one. There we go. Oh, yes. First shot, and we lit him on fire. It wasn't enough to kill him, but first shot, and we nailed that zombie. All right, well, we're officially a fire-breathing dragon. I think that's pretty sweet. Oh, boy. Yep, There's that forest fire I was talking about. Oh no. Oh boy. Alright. We're going to need to go take care of that, because that's going to get out of hand real fast. Oh boy. Yeah, we didn't actually want to start a forest fire. That was supposed to be a joke. Oh boy. Yeah, come on. No, no, no. Don't burn all the trees. Oh boy. Yeah, there's probably no hope of me doing anything about this. I don't even have an axe. I'm just going to be swinging away here. Let's see if we do this. That at least narrows it down to that tree. I just want to kind of contain this so it doesn't burn every tree. Like how I'm putting it out with a torch. Just feels like the appropriate tool. Alright, so I think we've contained it to just this general area here. Oh no, of course not, we haven't. Oh man. So we've unlocked a new ability, Smokey the Bear's least favorite person. Oh man, we are officially a menace to the forest. We've officially become the worst enemy of forests everywhere. Wow. That took like no time at all for me to create a massive fire. And yet I'm going to just keep shooting fireballs. I think that's probably okay to let that burn. Okay. Whew. New plan with the fire capability. We don't shoot it towards trees. Sorry, I got myself dying over here. I'm laughing so hard. Yeah, Dadcrafter. I think you might need to rephrase that. Only Dadcrafter can start fires, and he's apparently chosen to do so. I mean, that area. I want to shoot that skeleton so bad, but I really shouldn't. Okay, so we've proven that we can start fires. Now let's see if we can survive fire. So to do that, we're going to go step in some lava. And we just happen to have some right here. I mean, I would say that seems to be hurting me a lot less. Oh, and see, I'm hydrophobic because I have that core in, so I can't go in the water. That's interesting. So yeah, fire did not seem to hurt me as much, but the water, my body was not a fan of. Alright, so we can get rid of these because we don't want the ones that are non-compatible. Those are useless. We want to keep the ones that are compatible. Same with the shells. We don't need these non-compatible shells when we have compatible ones. They don't stack any greater than 4. I don't see why I would need that many. We got this stomach. Alright, well that's definitely interesting. I'm intrigued by my new capabilities here. I can shoot fire. I can survive fire. I think we're going to do one last thing, and then we're going to call it a night here. We're going to go grab that man meat, and we're going to see what happens when you cook it up. because I am too intrigued to sign off without finding that out. Whew, that fireball was something. That was kind of intense. I was not expecting to actually start a forest fire. I was kind of joking when I said I'm sure I'm going to start one. I did not think that I actually would. The good news is we've got enough blaze rods now to get to an end, to activate an end portal. Yeah, we'll definitely clip that up. You'll see that in a short here sooner than later. We're going to need to collect up the ender pearls, but once we get the ender pearls, we will be able to find ourselves a... Oh, shoot. I forgot I've got that hydrophobic thing in. Hang on. Whew. I got to keep that. I got to take that out. I can't jump in the water while I've got the hydrophobic thing in. We'll be able to find ourselves an end portal, and activate it. And from there, oh, here's a good test. Let's see how fast this lava hurts us now that we've got that out. Because I feel like being on fire was barely hurting me. And like that hurts me pretty good without it. So yeah, I'm going to say that's pretty definitive that when I have that shell in, I'm not being hurt as much by the fire. And then let's see what happens when you cook up the raw man meat. Creator of this mod definitely had a sense of humor with this one, but we're going to cook up some raw man meat, and we're going to get cooked man meat. That's, I don't know, raw man meat just sounds worse to me. Cooked man meat, sadly, seems better. Still doesn't sound very good. It's a new recipe unlocked, though. I wonder what that new recipe is. I'm not really sure. But we've got ourselves some cooked man meat. We got to get rid of these useless things. We're going to just dump them over here in some lava. So let's see. This one was safe to use, safe to use, safe to use. That one's not safe to use. That one's not safe to use. And that one's not safe to use. And you know what? El Capitan, before we sign off, let's go ahead and let's build our lava garbage can. You know, if we can manage to jump on a single block. So to do this, we need our lava. We'll put that there. And then we need to, let's move this stuff out of the way here. We need to have our piston. Where did we put that? Don't walk in the lava. Put our piston like that. And then we can put this here. Does it need to be a sticky piston? Is this going to work with it being just a regular? Because then we would want to put our pressure plate like here and then run some redstone to that piston. Yeah, I can see it'll push it, but it won't pull it back. So we're going to need to find some slime to make that work. So we've got a piston, but we need it to be a sticky piston for that to actually function correctly. So we know what we need to look for next time. We need to find ourselves a slime ball next time so that we can make a sticky piston, because we've got our garbage can built. It's just only functioning halfway. But today, we built ourselves a mob grinder. Let's go ahead and look at that out our window here. You can't quite see it out the window there. Let's go outside and take a look at that bad boy. So we've built ourselves this gigantic thing in the sky here. That's our mob grinder. That allowed us to get enough arrows and a bow to go to the nether, and in order to use that bow and arrow to kill a whole bunch of blazes, we got ourselves 13 blaze rods. We got ourselves a functioning blaze shell, a bunch of functioning blaze shells. Those give us some fire protection. We also got ourselves a couple of functioning blaze rods, which give us the capability of starting forest fires. That's pretty cool. We also got ourselves a compatible rotten stomach that lets us digest rotten flesh. So we did a whole bunch today. I'm actually pretty impressed with everything that we accomplished. El Capitan and everyone else who tuned in today, thanks for tuning in. Please be sure to give this stream a like, leave it a comment, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I appreciate every one of you guys coming by. I appreciate all your comments. Oh my gosh, I was just about to sign off, and out of the corner of my eye, I see an Enderman. I cannot help myself but wanting to go and try to open up this Enderman before I sign off. This might be suicide, but we're going to try to open up an Enderman. Oh gosh, he's too healthy. He's too healthy. He's too healthy. Oh no. Run. Oh boy. Whew. Okay. We're gonna have to... I was afraid that's what was gonna happen there. Let's see. Can we get him through the door? Still too healthy. Come on. How can he still be too healthy? How can he still be too healthy? Afraid if I hit him again, it's going to be the end of him. Alright, come on. There it is. Alright, what do we want out of this guy? There's something that we want that lets us... We'll start with the appendix. Once we take his heart, he's going to be done for. Let's go ahead and just pretty much take a little bit of everything. I think the kidneys, maybe? Spleen? I don't know. Liver? It's got to be one of those things. Heart? I don't think it was the heart. We'll just throw all this stuff on the ground, because then we can come back for it later. But, yeah, it's kind of cool. It's all green. I think Enderman sausages might be on the menu, El Capitan. Alright, well, we've got everything. Apparently the Enderman has already been long dead. Alright, let's go ahead and we need to craft up more chests. We don't have any more wood. Let's see. We were gonna toss the rest of those because I don't think we needed four. We'll save that because that one is safe to use. So we'll drop that. We'll say we don't really need that or that or that. Let's go ahead and pick up some of this, because we want to make ourselves some Enderman sausages. So we got our Enderman raw alien meat. Now there you go, raw alien meat. So let's see, can we make ourselves we can make some sausage skin. Now I got to remember, I don't remember the recipe here. Was it, what was the recipe? There it is. Raw alien sausage. So from the Enderman, we've crafted raw alien sausage. I'm with you. That's not much better than raw man meat. Raw alien meat and raw alien sausages, which leads me to think that we can probably make a raw man meat sausage. Do we dare, El Capitan? Raw human sausage. Oh my gosh. Well, you know, you play the chest cavity mod, you get what you get, and in this case, we've got a raw human sausage to go with our raw alien sausage. Oh man. You know, kids, stay in school because the internet is a terrifying place. Oh boy, I did not, you know, my bingo card for today did not have raw alien sausage and raw man sausage. Or raw human sausage, for that matter. So we don't need those. That I'm sure of. One of these gives you like teleportation, but I feel like you need the one that is compatible with you. So for today, we're just gonna settle with having some raw human sausage and raw alien sausage to go along with our blaze rods. And we're going to say that there is a wrap on today's stream. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. And no, I did not expect that when I logged on today. I'm going to try not to have nightmares when I sleep tonight. But hopefully all of you enjoyed the stream today. I am the Dadcrafter. I'll catch you all on the next episode.